Being a nursing student gives you an advantage that most people don't realize. I'm a 4th year nursing student and I'm a final year nursing student, and today I want to talk about why being a nursing student gives you an advantage in life. Now, the first point that I really want to talk about is you learn stress management early, or you learn stress control early. Now, you have to know this if you're a nursing student. Nursing university is all about stress and stress control. Now, if you're not in nursing university yet, this is the most important thing that you have to understand. Nursing university is all about stress. Who manages or controls stress the better wins the most. Now, there's a lot of stress with the university itself, there is a lot of stress with the internship, there is a lot of stress with the job, there is a lot of stress everywhere. So nursing university is really big on stress, and you really learn it in the first year. First year, you're learning those basic, the most basic subjects in nursing university. We're talking anatomy, microbiology, pharmacology, etc. And that is a lot of stress because you have no clue about what is the human body, how does it work, etc. So you really do learn a lot of stress control early on. Now, it's not only that, but you learn more in the first year alone, because usually you start internship in the first year. Now, this might be a little bit different depending on where you at in the world. So as an example, I study nursing university in East Morocco. So we have internship in the first year, but it's different from university to university depending on your country that you're at. But in general, you start internship in the first year. Now, the second point that I really want to talk about here as well is you develop emotional intelligence faster. Now, this is really big. Obviously, one of the subjects that you study as a nursing student is psychology. So you study all about all the diseases of psychological diseases. We're talking about schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, everything you hear about online. You really learn about it in depth in nursing university. But more than that, also you learn about emotional intelligence with yourself, because obviously you need to control yourself in the university to actually pass the exams, whether with your colleagues, your professors, as well as in internship. There is a lot of stress that goes out in internship, which really requires you to be really big and know how to manage your stress. Emotional intelligence will really become in handy when dealing with clients or patients, because a lot of patients are actually altered when it comes to emotions. They're really sad, they might be depressed, obviously they're hospitalized for a very long time, they have disease, which is natural. And your job as a nurse is to really have that emotional intelligence for not only understanding the patients, but also not letting it affect you, so you can continue and actually be active and doing what is required for you to do. Third point that I really want to add here is you build discipline under pressure. It's one of the non-negotiables, obviously, for nursing university. If you're not in nursing university yet, you have to understand that nursing university is a lot of pressure. Everybody, I'm telling you, everybody thinks that it's a lot of pressure. In fact, just the other day, I saw the first year, and man, I saw depression in their faces. I saw like pure depression, and I felt really sad. Honestly, I wouldn't go back even if people pay me. I'm not gonna lie. That discipline under pressure, it means that you have pressure on you, whether on exams or internship. You have a big staff that is obviously watching you, whether in the exam, in the practical exam, in the theory exam. There is a lot of people that are watching you, a lot of professors. There is a very, very fierce and harsh competition from your colleagues in nursing university. So you learn how to be disciplined. You have to do what you have to do. You have to prepare for your exams. You have to go out there. You have to practice what you've learned, or else obviously you're not passing the exam and you're failing nursing university. The fourth point that I really have to talk about here is you'll learn responsibility with real consequences. The big thing about nursing university is that there is real consequences, especially when it comes to internship. Because in internship, there is real patients, there is real lives on the line. And really, you learn how to actually carry on the responsibility, actually deal with the responsibility, and actually do what you gotta do. Now, there is a lot of things that really do prepare you as an example for the responsibility, and obviously especially dealing with the real consequences, and you learn it more in services and situations more than others in nursing university. As an example, in emergency there is a lot of pressure. You learn how to deal with the consequences way better. Obviously it's a lot of pressure, obviously it's a lot of heat, obviously it's a lot of responsibility, and obviously the biggest point is you have real life consequences. The fifth point that I also really want to add in here is why these skills transfer to business, leadership, and life. Now this is quite big, yeah, because these skills are not only helpful in nursing university, but also helps you in other aspects of life. As an example, the stress control will actually help you in your life, your personal life. As an example, for me, it helps me on how to manage my errands, how to manage when, let's say, hard stuff are happening. I usually control my stress very beautifully. And I would say a good part of it is actually coming to being in nursing university, whether I like it or not. The other point that also helps you in life, which is emotional intelligence. When it comes to business, if you're not emotionally intelligent, it's really hard for you to convince clients to buy from you. Whether it's being easy or not, it's really hard. Also, when it comes to business and leadership and life, this really actually helps you. The discipline under pressure is all what is leadership and business about. I'd say personally, it really did help me with dealing with the pressure of dealing with too many clients at the same time. I'll say also it helped me with dealing with professionalism. So let's say I want to make a YouTube video or something. A lot of the times, if you're not professional, it's really hard to make it work. So that nursing university and that ability to actually work and perform under pressure really gives you the unfair advantage that is really required from you in that specific situation. Also, when it comes to responsibility and the real consequences, I would say I've dealt with that a lot, especially with my mother's illness before she died. And I would say a lot of that was very related to nursing. Obviously, my specific situation was very related to nursing, as my mother had a disease and she was ill. But nevertheless, in a lot of situations, when there's real consequences on the line, the responsibility or learning how to take responsibilities that you learn from nursing university really gives you the upper hand, that unfair advantage that you really want. Also, when it comes to all of them combined, yeah, really it helps you in life. Now, I want to add a sixth point, which is pretty much this is a bonus point that I'm gonna add myself. In this beautiful weather, yeah, it's all rainy. There's a lot of rain, there's a lot of lightning in this beautiful area. I'd say the point that I really want to add when it comes to the advantage that you get of being in nursing university that nobody warns you about is, or nobody tells you about, is obviously the statues that you get from nursing university. There's a lot of statue that comes with nursing university. People really respect the job. People really think it's honorable and it's one of the best things that you can actually work on. Doctors respect it. People who have that are really unrelated to the field really do respect it. I would say in general, people have a very good idea about what nursing is or how hard it is. So it only takes you to just say I'm a nurse or I'm a final year nursing student, and people just respect you more quite faster. And people quite respect you more quite faster, really, for just being that. Because they know how hard it is, they know how much work it is required for you to be in that nursing university. And a lot of people actually want their children or child to actually be nurses or go through the nursing university, which really gives you that unfair advantage. Now, I'll call it a day here. Let's visit our points. First one is you learn stress control early. Second, you develop emotional intelligence faster. 3, you build discipline under pressure. 4, you learn responsibility with real consequences. 5, why these skills transfer to business, leadership, and life. And the 5th one, which is the stats that you get. Now, please write down in the comments down below what is the biggest problem that you're facing in nursing university, and I'll make sure I'm gonna make a video about it. Thank you.